Hi, third graders, and welcome back to another Richmond Math lesson. My name is Mrs. Yeager, and today we're doing day 1 of SOL 3.15. And our learning target today is I can represent data in a pictograph and interpret the data shown. But first, our joke. What did the science book say to the math book? Give up? Wow, you've got problems. How silly. The materials you're going to need today are paper or the practice set and pencil. So let's get started. I can represent data in a pictograph and interpret the data shown. There's a lot of words I need to think about. The first one is data. What is data? Well, remember last week when we were spinning spinners and we kept a tally mark of what we landed on? That would be data. Or if you go to the doctor and they find out how tall you are or how much you weigh, that is data. So now I can represent data in a pictograph and interpret the data shown. That word interpret. Well, if I said to you, Buenos dias, I could interpret it as good morning. So I'm making sense of what I see. And the last thing is a pictograph. And so a pictograph is a graph using pictures. But let's go on. Here is a pictograph. And I see that it has special things that I need to have in when I'm making a graph. So the first one is a title. Well, my title here is favorite fruit. So I know when they were voting on their favorite fruit. I also have labels, and you see I have a fruit, and there's pictures of fruits, and there's also, it says votes, and I see those happy faces to represent the votes. But the biggest part with a pictograph is down here at the bottom where it says key. The key tells me that one happy face means one vote. We have to answer a question. That's interpreting the data. So it says, which fruit had the most votes? Well, I can see it says apples. So I answered the question by interpreting it. Oh my goodness, we've done all of it. So now let's look at this pictograph. I have my title that says apples sold, and I have the months. There's January, February, March, April, May, and then I see pictures of apples, but I have to look at that key. The key is probably the most important thing because the key tells me that each apple equals 10. So let me look at the data. It says January has 1 apple, so that means it has 10 sold. And then February has 10, 20, but there's only half of an apple. So what would be half of 10? 5, you're right. So it would be 10, 20, 25. Okay, let's look at March. 10, 20, 30, 40. How about for April? Let's count with me. 10, 20, 30, and then there's half of 1, so that is 35. Wonderful. Now let's look at May. 10, 20. Okay, now that we've looked at it, we've talked about the key, now we have to interpret it. So let's answer some questions about it. The first one said, which month had the greatest number of apples sold? Well, I'm looking at my chart, and what would you say? March. That's right. Let's look at the second question. Which statement is true? 1 more apple was sold in May than in January, or 10 more apples were sold in May than in January. So now I'm looking between January and May, and I see that January has 1 apple and May has 2 apples. So I might be tempted to say A because it is just 1 more apple, but I have to look at that key. The key says that 1 apple is 10. So May has 20 apples sold and January has 10 apples sold. So I know the answer must be B. 10 more apples were sold in May than in January. One last question. How many apples were sold in all? Oh my goodness, that seems so hard. But if I remember the key of 10, all I have to do is count by tens. So let's see. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, and then I have those 2 half apples. So 125, 130. So I have 130 apples. Wonderful. Now let's look at your practice set. It says, students took a survey about their favorite ice cream flavors. Here are the results. So I see that we have peach, ice cream flavors of peach, vanilla, strawberry, chocolate. And the number of people surveyed were 12, 11, 8, and 15. So the first thing I have to do is write out my title. So, what would you name this? I would name it Favorite Ice Cream Flavors because that's what we did. Then I have to make sure that I label what flavors we're talking about and the number of votes, because when people look at our graph, they want to be able to understand what you're looking at. But then the most important part is my key. And here I'm saying that the key equals 2. So let's put the data into our chart. So peach has 12. So let's see, if I put 1 heart in it, that means 2, right? So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, and 12. Beautiful. That's how I put my data in. So let's look at vanilla. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, but if I put 1 more, it makes 12. So what can I do? What is half of 2? 1. So if I have this, I can put in 11 because it's half of a heart. Wonderful. Let's look at strawberry. It's 8. Count with me. 2, 4, 6, 8. Got it. All right, let's try the chocolate. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and then if I put 1 more, it's 16. So I have to put half a heart, right? Very good. All right, so now I have my data all in the pictograph, and now let's interpret it. So there's my data. Let's read the statements out loud with me. More people like strawberry ice cream than vanilla ice cream. Well, let me see. Here's strawberry and here's vanilla. Did more people like strawberry than vanilla? No. So let's put an X over that one. B says chocolate ice cream had the greatest number of votes. Let me see chocolate. Oh my, that is the greatest number. Now, as a good mathematician, I want to read all of them. C says Less people like chocolate ice cream than strawberry ice cream. Ooh, here's chocolate and strawberry. Did less people like chocolate? No, more people like chocolate than strawberry. So that cannot be it. And then D says, one more person liked vanilla ice cream than peach ice cream. Well, here's vanilla and peach, and no, one less person liked vanilla ice cream than peach ice cream. So I would put an X on that one too. So the only statement that is true is chocolate ice cream had the greatest number of votes. So now on your own, you see on your practice set, the chart below shows a survey of favorite pizza toppings. And I see it's labeled pizza toppings and number of votes. And the pizza toppings are mushrooms, sausage, pepperoni, and chicken. Now continue reading with me. Create a pictograph for the data using a circle to represent 10 votes. Ooh, that's something to remember. 10 votes. Don't forget to give your pictograph a title, labels, and a key. When you are done, answer the question. And here's the question. Which statement is true? 120 people took the survey. More people like chicken than sausage. Sausage was the favorite topping, or the topping liked least was mushrooms. So this is to be done on your own, and tomorrow we'll be checking your answers. So our learning target for today was, I can represent data in a pictograph and interpret the data shown. I think we've done a good job with that. So now I will say adios or bye.